Hello everyone, my name is Karina. I'm the owner of the health school Your Life Expert. And today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, especially for women, which is use of our beautiful faces and body, of course. And since I'm not a specialist in this field, I'm just in love with different techniques and devices and methods of taking care of myself and helping others to take care of themselves. But to speak about it professionally, I decided to invite Elena Ponomareva. I will read you what is her job because it's not so easy to pronounce and it's not such a simple job. Elena is a certified massage therapist specializing in a face sculpting massage. So, Elena, tell us a little bit about yourself and what led you to this profession. How did you end up here? And why you are in love in this? And why do you look so beautiful?
Thank you so much for having me on your channel. I'm really honored and I'm super excited to share what I discovered 14 years ago. So it's all started quite innocently because at the tender age of 39, my face started to sag. And being such a classical representative of, Slavic type of aging, I panicked because we have tendencies of basically having this type of aging that is not the prettiest one. We call it deformative facial, aging type. And it's quite difficult to deal with because what happens, the entire face just goes down south and not much can be done if you pass that no return point, if you know what I mean. But I got lucky because I knew a doctor, a cosmetic doctor, and she was wonderful. I said to her, look, I have to do something. I wasn't ready at that particular time of my life to really face the signs of aging all of a sudden. And she said to me, look, you know what? For your skin type and your aging type, for your face, you don't want to have needles, you don't want to have knives, you don't want to have Botox because you will end up with a puffy face. You can't have fillers because it's too heavy. But there is one technology that I believe will be very beneficial for your face type. And I said, what is it? So she said to me, it's a Galvanic Spa. It's a microcurrent device. And she basically showed me this device. That's right. And from that point on, I can honestly say that I'm totally addicted to that. And for the last 14 years, I've been doing it religiously twice a week. So that's how my journey started into the beauty industry. But, back then I actually studied medicine back in Russia. I'm an immunologist by trade here in Australia. So there are so many different things that all of a sudden got together because I have found myself doing something that I was extremely passionate about. And I didn't know back then that I would find myself in the beauty industry. So it started with my own personal experience. And then people started to ask, what are you using? Why you look so, like no makeup, no nothing. And I started to share. And I said, look, there's a beauty device. I never heard of it before. I never heard about the company, but apparently right now that company is #1 brand in the world for 7 years in a row when it comes to the beauty gadgets for at-home use. So you can kind of tell that I got lucky. I got lucky that I met that doctor who recommended me the gadget. I got lucky the fact that I was curious. And I think I got lucky that I actually was willing to do my homework because what happens at home really matters. And she
Yeah.
drilled that idea into my subconscious really well because, you can go and see beauty therapist once in a blue moon, really. How many of us can afford going to see the beauty therapist on a regular basis? And granted, they will do magic to you, especially if that beauty therapist is professional and you have no idea what to do with your own face and your skin. They will be amazing platform to use. But what happens at home? You need to have something that works, that you can perform at home, and something that actually guarantees the results. So I guess that's how it's all started. From that time when my face decided, you know what, I'm going down south, and I was looking for the solution.
So you were not doing anything apart from maybe using some cream, facial cream, or
Oh, I was so basic. I was like, I would go to this local supermarket and I will get a cream which was on sale. And I was big advocate for the organic range. But you know what? At the age of 40, I realized that none of that worked. And we were so drilled as a woman, just to search for that magic cream, but it doesn't exist. And when you look at the anatomy, and it's not about the skin, it's actually what happens underneath. And the moment that it was a light bulb for me, I was like, oh my God, I have to really work on the structures that beneath my skin. And that's when I understood the power of the gadgets which I've been given.
I think that if maybe a good cream, which would be a game changer, even existed, our skin wouldn't let the active ingredients penetrate on the level, as you
Yeah,
say, not the superficial level, but deep inside to do its magic.
correct.
But even though I'm the person who doesn't believe, I do not believe in the magic pills for anything. I believe in hard work, and I know how to do this hard work to make it to make it feel like a pleasure for you
Yeah,
to
it should be
carry
fun.
out all this beauty routine, health routine. As a nutritionist, I know that many people as well struggle with healthy diet, with doing sport, with taking care of their body, to find time for that. And beauty routine is also something that you need to find time, even starting from my age. I'm 29 in November, in 1 month. So even in my age, I have no wrinkles, but I'm willing to start now so that I don't need to face all these difficulties in the future. And many people
Congratulations, because this is a
are
really good mindset. It really is good mindset, because you kind of approaching the aging from the preventative point of view. Whereas a lot of women, we are not taught to put our priorities as number one priority. We do everything else, and we are the last in the line. And quite often, the kids grow up, and all of a sudden, the marriage might even break down, and we find ourselves completely neglected simply because we give, and yet we forget ourselves. And it's so sad to see it, because if we were to have your approach, like the younger you start and more you're conscious about the changes in your skin, and you are aware of what's actually out there available, and you do your own research, your due diligence, so to speak, you're on the right track. So congrats, it's awesome.
I just remember, always when I fly with any airline, they show you all these safety techniques, and when they say put first the oxygen
Put the
mask
mask
on
on first.
yourself, then on your kid and your husband and whatever. So this is my
Yeah,
religion, and this is my view of seeing this life.
yeah,
First I put the mask on myself. It's like an
yeah.
it's an allegory. It's not a real mask, but what I mean is taking care of myself, because when I am full of energy, when I am happy with how I look like and feel like, then I will be able to serve to others.
Yeah.
Because if you feel bad and you don't like how you look in the mirror, it is difficult to be here, to do things and to show your face, basically.
Yeah,
And many
happy
people
wife, happy life. That's why they're saying that. There is a reason for that.
yes. Okay, great. Can you please tell me a bit more about? I know already the response to this question, but I would like to hear from you as from specialist, taking into account that all the technologies are so advanced due to this day. I know that the devices you can use at home can give you more benefits than going to cosmetologist. Can you please tell us a bit more about prioritizing this home taking care routine, and why are the devices nowadays so advanced to provide us this very strong support at home?
Excellent questions. And I wish I asked these questions before as well, at your age, but I didn't. But the thing is, the cosmetic industry has changed so much. It's literally it's jumping by such it's doing such high leaps that, just to stay in touch with what's happening is actually quite difficult. But as I mentioned to you before, what happens at home really matters. And for a very long time, the beauty industry ignored that chunk, and they would only offer you a skincare. That's it. But as we discovered, we need to have techniques that go way deeper. It's beyond the skin. It affects the skin not only superficially, but on the cellular level. It stimulates collagen and elastin. It stimulates, you can work with the lymphatic drainage. You can work with the residual muscle tension as well, which creates the wrinkle as well. You know, you need to be aware of the stages of different stages as we age as women, and what to do accordingly as well. So, you know, when you address that particular time frame, which is majority of our time we spend in our bathrooms, you know, in front of the mirror, what you do at home really matters. So to find the gadget or, you know, the technology that is really efficient, easy to use, it's safe, it's proven by time, it's guaranteed the performance, you know, to have all those boxes to be ticked is actually quite challenging, because you know, there are so many companies out there that promote their products. We're number one, blah, 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 you know what, but they have almost zero substantiation. And the moment you ask them, and I've done it many, many times with a lot of companies, I said, hey, do you have some clinical data to support that? Do you have, look, you know, before and after results, basic things like before and after results, like what you have on your website, that, you know, those clients of mine literally after one procedure. And you would think the company that sells expensive gadgets, they're more than $500, you know, like some of them are. Wouldn't you have before and afters? Wouldn't you have some clinical data? Well, apparently no. Because you see, in the cosmetic world, you don't really need to prove anything because it's cosmetic. It's not medicinal. It's not plastic surgeon. You know what I mean? So that's why women, a lot of women are being misled. But as I said, you know, there are gadgets out of all that mountains of opportunities and possibilities. There are the ones which actually have that all those criteria which we're all looking for, frankly, because you don't want to waste your money. You want to invest them in something that you'd be happy with, that gives you results. Because at the end of the day, I'm personally driven by end results. I'm driven by giving women what they want, not to sell just another gimmicky thing.
I totally agree with you, because there are so many devices and many women are just lost. And I know that it's easy to watch some beautiful video where they explain things very well. And you're like, wow, this will give me the results I want to see. But
Yeah.
actually, there is no before and after, and the reviews they provide are so, you know, suspicious even. And I've seen these companies as well, because I have the devices we are going to speak about today, these two
Yeah.
main devices. And my mother actually recommended them to me. She is over 50, I don't remember, 51, 52, something like this. And she said that a grand part of the result of hers is because of these devices, and she looks like 15 years younger. I have 2 years old son.
Wonderful.
When he was born, my mother was taking him in her hands, and she looked like his mother. Like, I could easily tell that in Spain she could be a mother of this child, not like a grandmother,
Yeah.
you know. So for
Wonderful.
me it was like the person of the biggest confidence, and if she says, does this technology worth it, then I need to speak with the professional person, with you, who recommended these devices, to see that it really is, to find what would be the best solution for myself. And I want to thank you for such a good explanation that you always provide. And to say that on our website, I don't know, some people may find this interview on my website directly on the Nu Skin page. Some people may find it directly from YouTube. And then below the video, you will have the link on the page where you can read about those gadgets and home routine for your beauty and use. And on the bottom of the page, there are all these multiple reviews, and it's spectacular to say. I thought that this could be the reviews of months of using the devices, but when you told me it's from just one
Yes.
procedure, I
Yes.
was
Majority of them from one procedure.
I was very shocked, because I
Look, this
thought,
hands touched hundreds, if not thousands, faces. And because I've been doing it for 14 years, and for the first 2 years, I was doing it on myself because the business side of it was not of interest to me. I was just looking a solution for myself. And gradually, I kind of moved into there because I saw the need, I saw the gap. And I thought, well, you know what, it just made sense to share my experience and teach women how to do it properly. Because it's not just buying a device, but actually how you do it as well that really counts. And I guess that's the whole new chapter. We can cover up how to use the devices properly in order to achieve those results. And then, you know, moving into the profession as a massage therapist, because I think, you know, if you combine few modalities, not just one, but few, you get extraordinary results. So, and that's what I'm really passionate about.
can you tell us a bit more about your like all these modalities you combine and how you introduce into your work these two devices and the principle of their work as well, because it's very important for people to understand
Yep.
why these are number one
Yep.
and what do they do, what women
Yeah.
can expect to achieve using each one of them.
Yeah. So it's, as I mentioned to you before, 7 years in a row, the company's been ranked by the Euromonitor. So this is independent body that's actually gives all sorts of statistics about different sales and companies and whatnot. I don't understand how it works, but the thing is, all these numbers come from the Euromonitor. So for 7 years in a row, this company is number one brand globally. And to keep that position in the ever evolving beauty industry is really something. You know, it says so much about the company and the effort and the technology and the quality and the results and just everything that it comes with that. So as a massage therapist, when people come to me and they just lie down on my table, the number one thing I have to do is to clean their faces, because quite often women come to me and say, oh, my face is clean. But unfortunately, I can see the makeup of the previous day still on because they're using very heavy oil-based makeup to cover their imperfection. And when you do the massage and you use another oil, it's a mess. You know, I really have to clean the face really well. And it's applicable to every single woman, whoever's watching this video as well. You need to have clean face, because whatever things stuck in your pores actually aging you prematurely. Because if you're using makeup, it is guaranteed to be, you know, going deep in the pore, especially if it's an oil-based product, and it's almost impossible to wash it off. It's so hard without actually disturbing the pH of your skin, without disturbing the microbiome of your skin as well. And it's kind of create a vicious cycle. And that's why a lot of women and young girls especially, they aging prematurely because they don't clean their skin well. What do you define by cleaning it well? Well, you know, when you use this gadget, and that's what the company introduced the LumiSpa 7 years ago, and you might remember the product called Clarisonic, not to name, you know, different brands, but when this company introduced the LumiSpa, within 4 months, the other company was out of market. It was gone. The company collapsed. Why? Because the company, you know, New Skin Enterprises, the company 40 years old, they're listed, it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange. So for them to come up with the gadget, they basically need to assess the entire market and to see what works, what doesn't. And what they did, they combined the best features of that particular gadget and removed everything that didn't work. But what we realized, that women are looking for a very quick way to clean the face. So we need to, we don't want to spend like 15, 20 minutes of double, triple cleansing like Korean routines does, right? We just need to have 2 minutes, and ideally we can do it in the shower, right? While we're just washing out the bits of our face, of our body. And so that's what company did. They realized that, okay, we need to have a waterproof gadget with the attachment very different to what it was before on the market. And they introduced a medical grade silicone attachment with embedded silver in it. So what it means, not only it's very delicate on the skin, but it doesn't foster the bacterial growth. So to me, it's so important that every time you wash your face, you do not reintroduce the past life into your skin, aka bacteria, and it equals to acne. You know what I mean? So you need to have something extremely hygienic, very durable, At the same time, very gentle, but to have a not only cleansing, but it's actually treats your skin as well. And what I mean by treating is the fact that not only it cleanses, but it pushes the skin together in such way that it creates a massaging effect, and it pushes the skin, like in a particular manner, and it creates oscillating pressure, and it pushing the cellular structures within skin together. And when that happens, and we're talking about the fibroblasts, they're the cells which are actually responsible for the collagen and elastin production. Sorry, I'm going a bit in scientific, but I'm sure there are women out there who would be very interesting to know exactly what this does.
You want to know what happens inside our skin and
exactly. So the magic happens. So one thing you do superficially, but then what happens on the inside really matters. And what they discovered, once you start to push and press the skin together in a particular manner, there is a vibration happening, the physical vibration, then the fibroblast gets activated and you have more collagen and elastin. And what it means that the density and the health of the skin improves. So when I just first discovered about this gadget and what's coming, I thought, hang on a second. So it's not only about cleansing, but it's a mechanical movement on your face as well that creates the lymphatic drainage. And for the massage therapist, I'm like, oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because me as a Slavic woman, sometimes, I have a pickle at nighttime and my face is all puffed up, because I need to get rid of that excess of water in the morning. And it's perfect. So not only that, because it's a really delicate massaging effect. So you can put on those places on your face when you have too much muscle tension, and it releases that. So once you understand that facial muscles are very different to the body muscles. The structure is different, the way they're just entwined together, the ligaments and whatnot. Once you can control them and you can release the tension, or you can stimulate, or you can relax certain things like this ones that are so stubborn, these two depressors that putting the mouse down, as we age, then you can affect the way your face looking on a regular basis. And the more you do it, the regular you do it, I'm not telling you to do half an hour a day, but every day, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. And then all of a sudden, the face transforms. So that's the power of the LumiSpa. Okay, and it works with specific serums. Where are they? Can you show me the serum? Oh,
I don't have it right.
Okay, that's all right. So it works as a specific cleanser. Yeah, and that cleanser is specifically designed to work with this gadget. So it's a treatment cleanser, and depends on the skin type. You will choose either between the dry, sensitive, oily, combination, normal, acne, everything you can play with. But it creates a special buffer, and it allows the attachment to grip the skin in a particular way. So it actually has that anti-aging effect. So
it's very important because the first question I asked you, because when you buy the device first, it comes already with a cleansing gel. So you choose the combination of device and a cleansing gel. And I ask you, when it finishes, can I use a normal one? And you explain to me.
But it's like asking, I just bought a petrol car. Can I put a diesel in it? You can't. You can't drive it. Like I bought an electrical car. How can I charge it? Can I put diesel in it? No. You know what I mean? So it's really is a combination that gives you that amazing result. So I just need to stress upon that very much. So the first step, as I said, when the clients comes to me, I need to clean the face. And if you can do it every night, get rid of all the stuff on your skin, plus the old dead epidermis, then your skin is very receptive to the skincare. And the example I often use is imagine you are going to the park and you will see all the autumn leaves on the road, and you're trying to draw the chalk on the road. You can't do that. So you need to sweep the leaves first in order for the road to show up, so you can actually, draw with your chalk. Same with the skin. If you have those dead cells that are clogging up the pores, then the likelihood of you wasting your skincare is almost 100%. Because it's not going to go anywhere. And if you don't clean it well, then you have all sorts of splotchy, blotchy pigmentation, dull looking skin. So you're not going to have skin that is, glowing and the light just shines off of it. You know what I mean? So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that healthy glow without stripping the skin at the same time of all the healthy protective oils that are absolutely essential. And it especially counts when you're getting into the menopause, when the skin
This is
goes
what I
through.
really saw. The first thing I saw when using LumiSpa was that my skin became like, as I used the highlighter. And I can see it on you because, as I understand, you don't wear any foundation
No,
at the moment.
I don't wear any highlighters, any foundations. I have a little bit of blush today, so because it's night time, so at least I don't look like. So,
Yes, in Australia, it's already pretty late.
but that's what women notice first thing. The skin is glowing, and that's why they call it LumiSpa from the word luminosity, and I love it. So,
And
so this
also,
is first
I
step.
love the massage effect because when I use it, I see that my skin becomes a bit red in the beginning, like this redness, which knowing what it means, I know that great, my blood
The blood
vessels
flowing towards, yeah.
perfectly. I can stimulate the blood to my skin. I can see the massage effect, and of course, I like to combine it actually when I can with the gua sha massage. So I do the
Okay.
gua sha massage, and after that, because you use oils, I use the Lumi Spa in order to clean the
Great.
rest, and then the face is even more red, like because I already
Oh,
did some previous massage.
yeah. So the
It's
whole
like
idea is that obviously you're improving the nutrition of your skin because as we age, the blood supply, the capillary, and it's a known proven fact. The capillaries not only they decrease in quantity, but the quality of them as well. So you kind of have this perfect storm. Not only your bone structure changes because of the osteoporosis and whatnot, inflammation and things like that, but the blood supply compromised and the muscle, the ligaments, everything that gives us shape, that gives us this you keep us useful, unfortunately shuts down as well. So the more we use what you just described, those techniques to stimulate the blood supply, the better it is. And that's why I just want to press upon everyone who's actually watching. Face loves being touched, not just but it really likes being touched nicely and deeply in a particular way. And if we can teach you and show you the way how to do it, God bless you.
and Lumi Spa is the simplest way because you can, like, I know there is a different techniques for face building massage, even the buccal massage when you need to put your fingers in the mouth
Yep.
and massage from the inside. And I'm sure you know these techniques, but Lumi Spa is the easiest thing we can do, and it only lasts 2 minutes. I
Yeah.
have these two accessories for it because I have, oh my gosh, it just blew
That's
on
all
me.
right. So it comes with different attachments, different types. One is
It
for the
comes with
sensitive skin.
different attachments.
Yeah.
This one is for, wait,
Yeah, that's the one. Sensitive and a
this
normal
one is
combination.
for normal skin, and this one is for sensitive skin. As you can see, it's even more sensible.
They feel like little octopus, little suction cups, the ones, for
This
the
one I
sensitive
need
skin.
to change. Look, I need to change it because
Yeah. Gap between the
the
discs
the
already
gap between the
non-existent.
discs is very small, and when I turn it, and it's more
It
difficult.
catches. Yeah.
And this one is a good one because you can see the gap is pretty big. And when I turn it, it turns just so easily.
Yeah. Good.
So
That's excellent test to show when you need to change the attachment
yeah,
because
it's
it won't
important
last
as
forever.
well.
And yeah, the moment the gap is less, then obviously the grip on the skin isn't as effective, and it doesn't give you that same sensation if you were to have a brand new one.
So it can look perfectly new because the silicone, as Elena told, is very
Nothing
good.
grows on it. Yeah.
So it looks perfect. I don't see any dirtness, nothing. It looks perfect, but you can feel it's harder for me to move it with one finger.
Hmm.
The gap is very small. So if you want a good
Yeah.
result, always the only thing you need to do is to change the cleansing gel you were using for the one of the new skin company, the gadget you buy it. one time, and it lasts pretty long time because I have it for over 1 year. I'm using it once or twice a day, and it's perfect. So
Yeah.
it's durable. So you need to just buy the cleansing gel and the attachments
Mm.
every 3-4 months approximately. No.
Correct. So let's just bring to the point that this LumiSpa has 2 to 5 years of technical warranty. Depends on the market. So in England, I think it's ridiculous 5 years. So like you think about it, it's a good investment. You buy $15,000 TV and the warranty on it is only 12 months. You know what I mean? And no one complaining. Whereas this gadget has a 2 year technical warranty. So if you were to purchase it, make sure that you keep the receipt.
And it's good as well to know because for me, it's important to invest in my health. I have plenty of different gadgets, and my website is basically has started with gadgets. I have bioresonance gadgets, I have portable sauna, different devices for massage, for whatever.
Nice.
And I invested over 5,000 euros in different gadgets.
Wow.
I can open basically my wellness center here at home
That's
or
awesome.
somewhere else just with what I have and being able
Mm,
to provide plenty of procedures to my customers, but I won't. It's all for me. And I recommend everyone to buy some gadgets for their health. And for the skin, I definitely choose New Skin Company. I have seen plenty of gadgets, and for me, the important criteria is not the price, it's the result. And as you can say, if it can be proven that it's safe
it
and
is safe and it's result
guaranteed,
driven. Yeah, it's effective.
and
Yeah, so
you have a guaranteed result,
it's a
why not?
performance
And
guaranteed.
it's not
Yeah,
expensive at all, in my opinion. You can find the prices on our website as well. I think for something, especially if you would use it once a month or once half a year, maybe it would be expensive. But if you use it every single day, it's just worth it.
yeah. So, and that's like, if I can just provide a squeaky clean face for my techniques to do my next techniques as a part of the massage session, that's my number one goal. So I know that my customer is happy. I know that I will achieve incredible results just because the skin is so receptive. And then everything else I do on the top of it, obviously, is just a bonus. So let's talk about what else I do on my clients. So step number one is basically the LumiSpa cleansing. 2 minutes, easy. Like if you have too much makeup, I might do second time, but normally it takes only one session. So the other thing is what we women are kind of being misled is the fact that, as you mentioned before, the skin is very selective what it allows through and what it doesn't. And when I ask a very basic question of women, like what is the percentage of cream actually goes through the skin and goes deeper? And some have an unrealistic expectation, oh, 20, 25%, and the list just goes on. I'm like, well, you'd be lucky if it's only 3, maybe maximum 5, but even that is a big question mark. So how do you make the skincare more effective? Well, number one, you obviously clean the skin really well. Number two, you use a force. You need a force to push the ingredients deeper to those layers where all the magic happens. And it's obviously it doesn't happen in the surface, it happens deeper, right? So you would do everything in anything to drive the ingredients deeper into the skin so they will penetrate and they will basically communicate with all those structures inside. So that's the whole goal of using the Galvanic Spa. Because first of all, it's all technology. It's been used in the cosmetic industry for more than 70 years. So it is proven by time to be safe and effective. So that's number one. Number two, it used to be big, huge machines that would cost absolute fortune, up to $25,000, just for one device. But as you mentioned before, now the cosmetic industry, they can shrink those huge machine into the handheld device. It's very similar to our iPhones, right? We used to
Yeah.
have computers of the size of the room, right? And now you have this little computer in your hand. Same with the galvanic machines. So this is the product, as I mentioned earlier in our conversation, that the cosmetic doctor told me to buy and use it regularly. So this is the key, regularly, in order to drive ingredients deep into the skin. And so it has particular gels it works with, negatively
Let
and
me
positively
show you.
charged.
I have them right here.
Perfect. So this is a magic box with 2 sets of gels. As you can see, clear gel, which is for the first session, negatively charged. And a second one is an ageLOC blend, which is a positively charged gel. And so the first stage is decrustation. You just use it negatively charged setting on your galvanic spa. You use it on the gel, on your massage lines, and it binds to all the impurities, all the dead stuff, makeup, and whatnot. The second stage is a positively charged setting, and we're using the blue gel that is ageLOC blend, and it's a particular herbal blend that helps to suppress a substance that has been scientifically proven to negatively affect our skin. What it means is basically breaks down the intracellular matrix, and it calls RNOx, age-related something oxidase. It's a very long name. And apparently before age of 25, it's dormant, it sleeps. But after 25, it gets activated, and it's found in our saliva, in the blood, and in epidermis. And what that nasty substance does, as we grow older, it's getting more and more active. And it's interesting fact that it's actually genetically determined, the activity of it all. So what it means that, I don't know about you, you're still young, but if let's say your mom goes to the school reunion, and she meets her friends, and one would look like, oh my God, you need a plastic surgery because she looks way older in comparison to, let's say, like your mom, who looks 7 to 10 years younger, her biological age. So what they discovered that enzyme actually determines the way the skin ages, either faster or slower. And when I discovered that, I thought, okay, so this is very interesting because the company's goal was to basically create a blend, a cocktail, a herbal cocktail that flatlines the activity of that enzyme every time you use the Galvanic Spa. And not only, and they've done that. They've done it, they created it, correct? That blue gel, ageLOC, they've done it, and it flatlines the activity of that enzyme up to 72 hours. So that's why we recommend, okay, do it twice a week. So wait for 3 days and do this procedure again. And that will allow your skin to regenerate. You're kind of creating an environment where the reparation is happening quicker than destruction.
Yeah.
And hence, like the more you use it, the better it is because you're kind of aging backwards, so to speak. And that's why we see results of women who are using it regularly. They kind of, what's going on? Like, you look so fresh. You don't age quick. You look, your skin looks radiant. And just the list is, the compliments I get all the time. All my clients who are using it, they get complimented nonstop. So that is the magic of the Galvanic Spa and the ingredients in those boxes. And you can do it at home. So the Galvanic Spa facial is actually quite expensive. In Europe, it could be as much as 200 euros just for the session. Imagine, and you need to do it regularly in order to get the results. You need at least 10 sessions to solidify the results. So let's talk about it. It's that 2,000 euros, just like that. But what is the rest of the year? What's going to happen? That enzyme's still active. So the company decided we're going to give you a beauty therapist that you can take it at home and achieve the salon quality results at the luxury of your own home and at the fraction of the cost. I love it. It's no-brainer for me. I think it's brilliant. So once
every 3 days, it's impossible to go to the cosmetologist every 3 days. Throughout all the year.
Very few of us can do that. Very few of us have time, and very few of us got enough of resources to do that. So it's like when you look at it, just count. Like you calculate how much money you actually save by having the right type of gadgets, and the end result you're gonna achieve by using that particular gadget. So that's why I've calculated, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to saving so much money, and I'm going to be investing into myself, and it's not going to cost much. Love it.
Yeah, I don't recall the exact price, and I won't tell it now because for every country it's a bit different.
Yes,
But in total, you would spend less than 1,000 euros or dollars in order to buy both of them.
correct. And that's the
And
beauty.
when you buy Galvanic Spa, it comes with the serums, the first purchase of the device, then you need to buy them separately. And it
Mhm.
also comes with even more different attachments.
Yes.
One is
Yep.
for the hair growth, right? I suppose.
Yes. So we've got really interesting serum that works on the hair follicles. So you need to push them quite deep, and that's where the power of electrical current comes in. So the other attachment which you're holding, call it body attachment. And I really like that because you can use it on your neck for the lymphatic drainage. You can shape the, just underneath of your jawline and work on, pretty much on everything down below. And you can use it on your arms if you want to. You can use it on your hands. You can use it pretty much neck down, anywhere you want. Okay. But if you
But
want to
people
have
do not normally use the Galvanic Spa on all the body, right?
well, we do have another gadget, which is actually it's a microcurrent, but it's designed for the body, and it's
Mhm.
very powerful. So it actually has a very different electrical current, but it gives absolutely phenomenal results for the loose skin. If you want to just work on the wobbly bits, we call them. If you want to work with the cellulite, if you want to work with the fascia, because quite often you've got those cellulite-like appearance, but you don't have cellulite, but you have a very tight fascia. So these nodules, they are absolutely amazing trigger points. This is like, for me as a massage therapist, to use hands, sometimes very taxing. So I use this to basically replace my hand. It's amazing, and it helps to drive ingredients deep into the skin as well. So lymphatic drainage, massage. So that's for the body. We might discuss it next time because it's very
Yeah.
powerful. But going back to the face, it has other attachment as well. So that's what we call it, a spot attachment, and you use it together with the product called Line Corrector that has very powerful peptides. It's a blue
Okay.
little tube. Yes, correct. It's very powerful. So it's very interesting because the company was among the first one who introduced peptides, and it was almost 20 years ago. So when people say, "Oh, do you have peptides?" I'm like, "Yeah, like 20 years ago." You know what I mean? So it's such an innovative company that brought into the market a lot of very interesting active ingredients. So you use that on your problematic area. You know, 11 angry mummies lines. You have, the smile lines. You've got, your nasal labial fold. You can use it all over your face, honestly, and you can do it every day.
And this one, you don't use it with the serums that go with the device. You use it with the true line corrector, right?
Yes,
After the serums,
correct.
you
That's
put
the
that.
last step. Yep, you can. Yeah, you can leave it as a skincare, as a day skincare. Hmm. So it's a multifunctional gadget. But what I really would like to leave with you is the fact that you're working on a very interesting cellular level. You go to basically you're addressing the cause of your skin aging. Not many companies can actually have such claim. It's a very powerful claim. That's number one. The other thing is once you've done the galvanic treatment, the skin is like that, and whatever you're doing afterwards, whatever you're putting afterwards, has like I think statistically 80% will work better than without it. So instead of just wasting money on the skincare and just that makes you feel like it just removes the tension away, that actually goes deep and does something. So that's why we have such an amazing result.
I'm very happy because the perspective of using Botox really doesn't inspire anyone because it can give you some result in the beginning, but then you get addicted to go again and again, and you don't know how it will turn in the future to you,
Well, it's
especially.
interesting you mentioned about Botox. Botox actually doesn't affect the quality of your skin, meaning it goes into the muscle. But what do you do with your skin really matters. And if you choose that path to do the Botox, because what it does, like I used to talk with my eyebrows, they would just fly all over my forehead. But the moment I start to do the galvanic and remove the tension away, you kind of teach your face to be in a relaxed state. So as you can see, I don't use my forehead at all. Why is that? Because the gadgets, they literally teach you how to stay relaxed, which is absolutely wonderful. So when you smile, you see but when you stop, it goes back because the skin is bouncy, you know. So if you use the Botox, and that's my advice, if you go that path, choose the option to learn how to catch that feeling of complete relaxation, because on a deep down level our emotions are still working, and you know, the moment the poison wears out, the emotions that are actually working on subconscious level, that muscle that becomes very weak, it triggers that, and the problem escalates. And that's why women have more and more units of Botox, because it goes out of whack, you know, because one side is almost more powerful than the other. And hence, when you see faces in their 50s, they're distorted because you cannot get the balance correctly with those injections. That's my view. That's my 5 cents. But as I said, you know, I'm not the one who advises against it, because some women need it simply because we have a lot of points, connection points of muscle to the skin. And some are very lucky to have 11. And you see those women in their 70s and they hardly have any lines. And then you have an unlucky one who've got 45 points. And that's why, you know, it's like literally just mess on the forehead. How do you do that? So you need to understand what works for your skin. And what works is basically deep tissue relaxation.
What are your favorite skincare products to combine with the gadgets? Just some of them. I know that the company has plenty of cosmetics, and the good thing of working with us, for example, if you decide to purchase the devices for your daily skincare,
Yeah.
that Elena is not just here for the interview, she will be helping you to choose the correct routine, not
Yeah.
just the gadgets, but those cosmetics that then will do a much better job after using the gadgets. And now we understand why. I think Elena could explain this on a very easy way, because if you watch those scientific videos about the skin, derma, epidermis, and everything, it's not that easy.
It
And
could be
Elena,
overwhelming, right? And you know, there are, like, let's say in Korea, there are 2,000 companies that actually involved in the skincare producing creams. It's just in one country. So the world of cosmetic industry is huge. And how do you pick what works for you? So I personally find that, you know, when the company introduces a skincare, like New Skin, for instance, they talk to each other. So they complement each other. And that means, like, when you apply two creams, you have a synergetic effect, meaning 1 + 1 = 5. So when you combine products from different companies, you don't know the strengths, you don't know the interaction, the dosages, and the list just goes on. So for me, it's safer to introduce my clients to our product, because I know how they work and I know their power. So we've got economy class. You can see that Nutricential right there, serums, and we call them pumps. And they've got bakuchiol, which is a plant-derived retinol. Then we have vitamin C, which is really lovely. So, you know, it's really wonderful for those who just want to just test drive a little bit. But then we have what I call it, you know, the Maserati of our range, and it calls a ageLOC True Face range. I'm addicted to them. So this is a new product it calls True Face Peptide Retinol Complex, and it's a fascinating product because retinol, it's quite aggressive, and not many people have side effects and allergic reaction to it, and I was one of them, because it's just my skin is just too sensitive for that product. And yet the anti-aging benefits are so remarkable of the retinol. So what they did, they encapsulated the retinol and they gave a couple of forms and they combined it together with specific peptide. And that combination is so powerful that the moment you apply it, you're just like, oh my God, you can literally feel and see results after just one application. So that is a new product. The other one is Blue Pearls, we call them, True Face Essence Ultra. If I could swim in it, I would. You know, I would just smother my entire body with this because they are so wonderful. They look like that. That's why we call it Blue Pearls. Okay, this way. Yeah. And they are little power machines. They're serum as well, and it's an oil-based product as well because it's a good affinity for your skin, and it helps with elasticity. Because let me put it this way: it's easy to stimulate collagen, but elasticity is a function of estrogen activity. Meaning, as we age, the estrogen drops. And we're losing elasticity, not because it's not enough of collagen, because collagen is a rigid structure, and elastin fibers that makes it bounce. So you can have collagen, but if the elastin is not there, then it doesn't work. So you need to work in conjunctions of
It's
that.
a
So
combination.
so True Face is my absolute favorite range from New Skin Enterprises. So, and they have, you actually have the peptide cream as well. That is amazing as well. So ultimately, those active ingredients that has peptides, retinoids, vitamin E, we have them all, but the iron is very interesting formula combined with certain herbs as well that stimulate the skin. So that is just, I tried so many products before, and my girls who buy the gadgets and said, I've got my skincare, and I said, sure, all right, I'll give them procedure. They go home, they're absolutely loving it, and then they try to achieve the same result with their skincare, and they can't.
It's amazing because, as you say, it works all together in the company.
They
They
really think
develop
through
the
them.
gadgets, and then knowing the gadgets, they develop the cosmetic range. The cosmetic range is huge. I think without a specialist, I wouldn't be able to choose myself because you go to the website and you just get lost in it.
Yeah, you just get lost. But you just look for
So
something, look, it all depends on, as I said, the way you and I would work with everyone who's watching this video. Ideally, just get in touch with us. Send us your photo. Tell us a little bit who you are. We will leave a contact number so you can actually call us directly, and we'll have a lovely conversation with that. But that will give us a very good indicator of what we actually can achieve in your particular case, and what kind of skincare we can actually provide, and give you the best option for your current budget. That's what we're here for, basically. We're result driven, and we're going to satisfy all your needs. And we're going to give you two options: something that is just fast track you to the result where you want to have, or something that will take you there eventually.
as a person who has a slightly problematic skin, what are the things, just a brief review, maybe 1-2 minutes, if you could tell if the company offers something for the acne skin?
Mm. So as a nutritionist, you probably know that a lot of problems come from inside as well, right?
Of
So
course.
so and I'm not discarding that at all. If anything, we just go together. What do you eat? What kind of stressful situation you've been through? It's important, and I suggest, how much water do you drink as well to flush all those toxins as well. What are your hormones are doing currently? Because a lot of women are struggling with polycystic ovarian syndrome. So the inflammation is there, and whatever gut condition we have, it shows on the skin as well, as you know. So we have a supplementation as well to help restore the gut health. We have supplementation to help to kind of with inflammatory conditions as well. I am true believer in a right type of supplementation to achieve results from inside as well. It's a perfect marriage, really, because if you can combine inside therapy with the outside, you will have the best outcome. But for those who are actually struggling with skin congestions, of course, the proper cleansing is number one, and that's why we love our LumiSpa, because it's such a delicate way of dealing with the acne. So it's
With
absolutely,
this
yes.
friend.
Yeah, so that is special attachment with the delicate attachment, and you can use the skincare with active ingredients specifically designed for acne. So we've got serums with salicylic acid, we've got serums with zinc, and everything is there. We've got particular mud mask, which I absolutely love, and it's not clay, it's mud. And it has like 34 different minerals, including zinc and selenium, and just the list is very long. And what it does, it draws all the impurities out of your skin. It's amazing product. It lasts forever. You look like green person once you apply that, but it's really
Right.
easy.
This.
You look like a Shrek, really. It's but it's very effective product. So yet again, depending on your age, depending on your health situation, so we can actually adjust
There
that.
is a solution for everyone. This is what I
For
want to.
everyone, pretty much, for like, for teenagers and all the way till you're 90, we don't care, because every single one of you will have a solution.
This is the most important thing. And even if you go to a cosmetologist to ask them to choose the routine for you, you pay the money for the consultation. In this case, since if you're going to order the product of the company, you are going to get the consultation of a professional specialist in this field of Elena, together with us, because if you are going to contact through our platform, our health school, your life expert, this is all included. Like we will consult you for
We
free.
look after you.
How I position my website with every product on our website. You can ask us even for nutrition. You have a free diagnostic session with me to speak about your nutrition issues and deep health. As a naturopathist, I can help with that as well. And we have a professional. Elena is not a certain, like, you do not position yourself as a cosmetologist,
Oh
but
gosh, no, I
only.
didn't go that way. But I'm medically trained. So you see, for me, when I see skin, I see it as a whole lot. So it's a very holistic approach.
Yeah.
And it's, look, the thing is, a lot of women are lost. They don't even know what kind of skin type they have and what the problem they have. So, maybe visit to a beauty therapist is a good starting point, because if you deal with the professional, they at least can identify what kind of skin type you have, what kind of condition do you have, you know what I mean, what you will benefit from. And so at least you get some sort of basic understanding of what's happening and who are you really. But it can be done, like as I said, through the consult with us, photo, and things like that.
And the last thing I would like to speak about, because for me as well, first I bought the product just to use it. And, over 1 year, I was just a client. Even though I have a platform, I wasn't ready to speak about it this way and to promote the technology. But then I felt like I recommend it to people. Like, why wouldn't I just use it as a marketing tool as well? Because if you like something, if you like a book, if you like a movie, a restaurant, whatever, you recommend it to your loved ones and to your society, to your close people to you. And normally we do not get any benefit. And if you need to buy a car, you are going to find your friend who bought a car of that brand to ask how do you like it, no? If you want to do the any repairing in your house or refurbish your house, you're going to find a friend who has recently done it to ask for the contact of construction company to or designer to help you to make your project. We like to use products that are being recommended but by our loved ones, and
People we
I
trust. Yeah.
recommend this product to everyone because, first of all, I test everything on myself. I see how it works. I test it on my family, on my loved ones, and then I publicly speak about it. So this video has overcome a big story because I've been for over 1 year just using the technology. Maybe gave a few recommendations, but I'm ready to move forward and to make it a part of our health school. And as well, when you start using it and you get these amazing results, I'm sure that you won't be able just to be silent about it. As first Elena, she bought the
Yeah.
product just for herself. She didn't have any plan from being immunologist to work in the beauty
Of course
sphere, but
not. No.
here you are. Can you
And
tell
it's
us a bit more
interesting.
about
Yeah.
these possibilities?
Yeah, because I honestly didn't even envisage myself that I will have a global business. That I get paid from, I think, 17 countries around the world, and while I'm sleeping, I wake up and the money is rolling in simply because I saw this I didn't see it straight away. I was just a product user, but because it's kind of was organic growth, and I think that's what's happening with you as well. And I really like it because it comes from the heart. It doesn't come from just the brain. No matter how brilliant you are, it just comes from the heart as well, and that's really is beautiful. So yeah, it didn't happen to me overnight. I had to gradually. Like you know what. You know when you're not looking for things and you don't even know things exist, and then something, like a butterfly just landed up on your lap, and your goal is not to dismiss it immediately, but just give it a chance and to really give it a try, and especially if you're looking for a real solution for your problem. And who knows where it's going to lead you, because I was a very shy person, introvert. I didn't care about anything in the world. I had my family, I had my books. I didn't even have internet. I didn't even have email when it's all started, and here I am, talking about these products in 2 languages. And it's just like, I can't shut up about it really, because I'm so passionate about it. It's just so wonderful. And the other thing is this business connects you with amazing people around the world. How would I know you if it wasn't for this business? I would have never met you. And I'm so grateful that person, the cosmetic doctor, who actually shared with me her knowledge about the Galvanic Spa. Because if she did not, she would probably do me the biggest, misservice if she didn't share that with me. Because I would go to the path that might have deformed me completely, and I would end up, depressed, suicidal, whatnot. Because if I was to choose another path, I would have a completely different face, and not in the nicest way. So it's almost like you are doing a service to a world just to show other women there is a way. And that's what I see it as, a mission, not to keep my mouth shut, and just to talk to all of you, just so you can actually put a bit of trust into what you've seen, because the universe, it sees it all. And for some reason you're watching this video, maybe it meant to be.
I think that even if one person, I aspire for much more, but even if only one person change his or her, because maybe even the man would need this.
Oh, men love it. Yeah.
But even if one person, normally it's women, but we are open as well to male auditory, changes the life and becomes more confident in herself. Change like your story, or I don't have wrinkles. I start in advance. But as you know, I with LumiSpa already achieved a very good results. My skin is luminous, and I really like it. Yeah. So even if we change one person's life, this would be worth it. Yes. And we put our soul into this video. And as well, when you start receiving your results, you won't be able to just be silent about it. And as well, the company offers you different options. It can either be just sometimes recommending it to somebody if people ask you and get a small benefit so that you can use it to buy the attachments or the creams for free. Why not? Because you spend lots of money on our cosmetic routines. I know that we spoke yesterday in Russian, and you told me about this experiment of how much Australian women spend on their
it's roughly $400 per month on average. Australian women spend on the beauty, everything starting from hair, injections and whatnot, on average. So, and those who say, I'm just using coconut oil, then the other one will do the facelift, you know what I mean, to balance it all out. But on average, $400 a month. And you can actually Google the stats. It's not, I didn't get it out of my mind. So when you look at it, it's roughly $5,000 you basically giving away to some companies. So why don't you keep it for yourself? Why don't you just invest it into, house, repayments, or a car, or your child, or a holiday, whatever, whatever rocks your world, really. But I just want to leave it with you here, because next year the company is actually moving into the Indian market, and that's going to be, I believe, the largest market we've ever experienced. So we are actively looking for the business partners who would be interested to basically take a chunk of it, a slice of that market as well. I think we are living in a very exciting time in the history of Nu Skin Enterprises. So ask questions. We more than well, we will be delighted to explain how it all works in more details. Maybe, you know, through the conversation. And yeah, I think, you know, that is amazing. So if you're watching this video, just reach out and we'll be able to answer all your questions.
Thank you so much, Elena. It was amazing. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
This
me
video
too.
we do it with our soul. I hope. I think it's obvious. You can just see it. It's not marketing at all. Like, it's totally your decision if you're going to listen to us or not, but we do it with all our soul, because first of all, we are consumers. We are happy consumers, and then the afterwards we are marketing it with all
Yeah.
our soul as happy consumers and
Mm.
as women who want to help other women to be happy and beautiful. So we want to thank you for watching this video until the end. If you stayed until this moment, it means that we got to your heart, and it's a big pleasure for us.
Thank you for
Goodbye.
having me. Bye.
You're welcome, and I'm very glad that you could join us today, Elena.
Anytime.